Right, let's try and fit in today's game of rapid chess. So 21-25, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score there. Only 32 games per player, it's quite a high rating that. A year ago, how many have I done now? 730 games in rapid I've done. Okay, normally against this you do this and this. Just a very standard reti opening, so you aim to put both bishops on the diagonal. Just obviously watch out for some sort of quick attack if you mix your move order up and so on. You can obviously switch, you can take the pawn, you can go for different pawn structures, you can put either pawn at one, but we're just trying to castle for now. As soon as you play d4 though, you're kind of inviting pushes from black at the right moment. It's probably a good principled move though. I believe it is a good principled move. I'm just going to go d3, maybe make room for the knight to come up. Okay, so now one knight guards the other. At some point we need to try and break the center tension. I'm not sure quite how we do it. Do we go e4? Actually, is that silly? Because black's getting ready to advance, so e4 creates a natural pin. It does blow it open a little bit, doesn't it? I'm actually going to take the pawn first, but I'm still debating whether to go e4. Maybe e3 and then d4, yeah. I'm going to go d4 first and then e3, I think. I'll just have to move the queen somewhere to break this pin, or I'll have to hit the bishop. Okay, let's hit the bishop first and see what he wants to do, because there's not a lot of escape squares. Now, do we mix our pawn structure up? It's probably silly, but it covers the knight jumping in. Up, takes, takes. Actually, I think it is actually a potential move, this. It breaks the symmetry up, doesn't it? Knight across, knight in. We're not doing much. I'm going to go with the pawn, just purely to break the symmetry, even though it might leave me worse off. It just mixes it up a little bit. So yeah, I need to try and push on this side. I'm going to try and do this and make room for the knight. So we push. Okay, logical. I'm going to play knight up. We've got a natural square anywhere. Rook across and queen up could be a move. My bishop obviously is going to be awkward to get into the game. He's played rook up, so he's inviting us in. But if he takes, do we give him the center? It feels like a nice move to make. I just have to decide how I'm going to take if he does capture. I think he probably moved the queen, but let's just see. But knight takes, we can obviously take back a couple of ways. But we could go with a d-pawn, concede the center, and have this nice outside chain. But it's not going to be easy to push along here, is it? Yeah, I'm going to do that actually, and then I can always trade something off here. So, how do we do it? I think I have to take there. Then I'm just looking at rook across. Now that releases the bishop potentially. Okay, he's come forward. I like the idea of just pushing these pawns on somehow. I'm not quite sure where they're going to end up, but bishop back again might be a move. It might be weakening. Oh, he's just walked into it. Has he just blundered? Or is it a mistake? Or has he got a better move? Let's come down. Has he got a solution? He might have. But he can't just take the pawn. He loses a queen. Rook down to take the queen. Let's just see what he does. That was why I moved the rook, just so the bishop had a square to chase the queen away. Or just click anywhere on the board if you've done arrows to get rid of them. Okay, so he's gone for the sack. So I could actually take there first. Takes, takes, takes. He gets a planted pawn. Queen up. Is it good enough? And then we start marching. But if I take and he goes here, we've got two we can start pushing with, surely. Yeah, I'd rather do that and go with two. So we'll just march quickly. He could go this way, I guess, but then at least we can isolate the pawn. If we could swap pawns off here, we'd be doing pretty well. So he has taken there. So is this a move? Do I need to guard this one? Here, if you take queen up, take, there's a back rank issue, but can I get away with a push? Takes, I don't think I can. I've got queen up, I guard my bishop, I guard the pawn. Queen up feels like a natural move to me. If takes, we just take. The rooks can come across, but obviously he could get a really big pawn chain, protected past pawns, but we're trying to get our own. He's got bishop back, so I might have to trade off anywhere. But queen takes, we activate the rook. Actually, his knight currently hangs as well if he moves the bishop right now. So he's played queen over to attack, so I think I just ignore it and maybe I take first, I'm not sure. If I take, I create this check threat. And if you have to block, you hang here, right? Yeah, I'm going to take and open up the scope for the rook. So I'm going to check. I think I've even got bishop up here, might be winning. Might win on the spot. Lose a queen, gain a queen, create the pin. Knight across. Maybe we just guard. What about queen over first? But he double guards it here. Lose a queen, gain a queen. He has to guard his bishop in one move. So here, lose a queen, gain a queen, knight around. I'm not going to keep this pawn, I don't think. I've kind of got a move, but you'd probably take, knight takes, then guard. That's got to be good. This has got to be good, surely. If I miscalculate, that's just the fun of chess. And again, any game, you can always blunder in any position, just not see something that your opponent does see. But now we hit the bishop, so he has gone back. So I think takes is probably good. Rook across, and if he grabs a pawn, just rook up wins on the spot. Or I can guard here, but it's got to be right to take and maybe guard. But I've got a free development move with my rook. It's whether he's got this, isn't it? But let's get the rook active first. We're just creating a simple threat to go after his king. So if I play rook up here, his knight can't get out. So here, knight up, then here. He's getting active, isn't he? So rook up first. The knight is currently restricted. And then I'm threatening to go here and crash through. So it must be good to go here and double up. Just forget this. That's the danger. That's the one danger that could swing the game. But I'm trying to crash through to the king. It might be a blunder this, of course. I mean, I had rook across just to guard the pawn. But his knight was getting quickly into the game and getting forward then. I don't think he's in time to go pawn grabbing here because I can just then march the pawn down the board. I might be wrong, of course, but I don't think he is. Okay, cursor off the board so there's no accidental slips. Okay, so he's pushed forward, creating a nice square for the knight. So this is where I thought I simply had rook up. Knight up, check, you move and I get another pawn. It's just whether he's effective with this, but I'm going to go for it and at least grab a pawn. See where his king ends up. But now maybe I'm in time to actually guard my own pawn as well, I'm not sure. Again, I don't think he's in time to defend this way because I can push the pawn 2 squares. Oh, he's gone for it, what the heck? Sure, this must be winning. This must be winning now. So can I just trade here now? I think I can. Take, king takes, pawn up, and he can't stop the pawn, can he? He's not in time to do anything, so we just take. And just push the pawn up, and that should win the game instantly. Obviously, I'm plenty of time to stop this. You need 4 moves, so it should be a clean win. Doesn't mean it is. Doesn't mean it is, but it should be. If I can just get one of the pawns, the other one should fall comfortably. Obviously, don't take now, allowing a knight check. I've seen that. He wants me to take now because of the check. So can I just check here and go here? So check, king up. Let's just not allow this nonsense. Now we're actually threatening the pawn. So kings come up. So let's just check here. Hit the 2 pawns, can't guard them both. In the end, if we can just collect and then sack, yeah, that's the more important pawn because it was an outside passer. I thought we played a really good game there. I mean, I might have blundered here and there, but it felt like we played a good game. So let's just see what the engine says. 40 moves there. They're the move times for both players. You can see the opponent going much quicker than I was there, at least early on. Let's request an analysis. Yeah, so we have blundered at the end there somewhere. I'm not surprised by that. Where did we blunder? Oh, queen takes d5 at the end. The very last move was a blunder. Well, I don't care about that if it's a technical blunder. There might have been a four. Yeah, it's because there's a forced checkmate sequence. So I wasn't looking for it, of course. I don't really mind about blunders like that. And that's my only blunder. It's flagged other mistakes, but only blunder. So 91% versus 84%. The CPL is 32 versus 46, and that's about my average 32. So in this position, we got the advantage when he played rook down. He just missed that the bishop could come back. Now, the engine is saying it was actually best to take the pawn first and open up the scope of the rook straight away rather than taking the rook. And it's saying, yeah, take with the other pawn. What's it saying do? No, yeah, he took with the rook. It's saying take with the pawn immediately. And then I should have again taken the pawn straight away to open the rook. It must be a quicker attack. Takes here. And if you block, then we just come straight in. So I kind of like mixed my moves a bit. And I was aware of the concept, I just didn't play it in the right way. So was this the right move? So we threw a check in. It's not flagging any mistakes here, is it? So this was all played well, trading off well. Oh, it's saying hit the knight immediately. It's saying hit the knight immediately there instead of stopping the knight from coming out. So that there must be some long-winded sequence. It's probably to guard your pawn and just push the pawn up or something. So that was a mistake. Yeah, and just get on with push your pawn there. In this bit, we've all played it well. And then it's saying here, bring the queen in because there's an actual forced checkmate sequence. So, I mean, I wasn't looking, of course. I just took the pawn because that's the key pawn. So we'll just see what the engine said briefly. But see, if you don't see the whole entire sequence, you don't play it. But this is apparently the best line. Well, it's a very long mate sequence in it, but it is what it is. If that's my only blunder, I'm very happy with that. So that's a good game.